switch over to local SEO. There's a few different sections in here, and we kind of want to cover those. So I'm going to pop into auto. I'm going to go into a test site really quickly. Click into this, and we're going to scroll down to our Google Business Profile Optimization section. So the first thing we're going to look at is optimizing the profile. So if this website has multiple GBPs, you're just going to hit the drop-down selector and select which location you're trying to optimize. We're going to show you issues. So for example, if you have unanswered reviews, that would show up. If you have questions that haven't been responded to, that would show up. And you just click it and it'll take you to that particular section. You can delete images, you can add new images, you can upload images. Essentially, the idea here is to go through each section of the profile and see if there's anything you missed, anything you can enhance, or anything you can expand upon to make the GBP more robust for the target services and target locations. You're pushing all of your changes through here. Once you make the change, you're hitting the deploy button. Once you've deployed everything and you're confident that the profile is now optimized, you're then going to lock your GBP, which is going to actually prevent unauthorized changes to the information in your Google Business Profile. So Google oftentimes makes changes to GBPs, or they'll look at local guides and say, hey, this person suggested that your hours are wrong, without verifying that information with you. So this way, if you lock it, auto will actually prevent those changes from being applied to the GBP for you. So it's kind of a safety proof. So optimize your profile, deploy your changes, and then lock it, and then you're done with this task. So that's just all we're showing you here. Next thing to do is going to be to set up a schedule of Google Business posts. So when we have a client on board, especially if it's a local client, we know Google Business posting is important, but it's very time consuming. So what we would do here is we come in and we hit add posts in bulk. Again, we'd select the location we're posting for. Then we're just going to specify how many posts we want to create. We're going to say, are there going to be updates, offers, or events? We'll say these are updates. We want to post them separately. We want the first one to be published today. And then we want to create a cadence of drip sequences. So every 3 days, every 5 days, every 7 days, we want auto to release a new post on our behalf. We can have the AI create the image by prompting it, or write the content by prompting it, or we can select upload and write your own for both. If we hit preview, it'll then take us to an editor where we can upload the image, we can generate descriptions, we can plug in new descriptions, we can add our call to action, like call us or learn more or book today, and we can specify all of these different things. We can review our scheduling date. So the idea is that we're building 1, 2, or 3 months worth of posts for our clients. We're reviewing them, we're QAing them, and then we're allowing the system to fulfill them based off the drip cadence that we specified on step 1. So this is a really great way to continue having traction in local SEO without spending a lot of time doing it. So definitely set that up and utilize that particular tool. These are just the steps of how to do it. Just kind of walking you through all of these. We're doing the same thing with question and answers. So you can come in here, go to question and answers, say, I want to AI generate them. Again, let's just do 5. We can have the AI write the question and the answer, or we can write our own question and write our own answer. It's going to take us to an editor where we can plug in the question, plug in the answer, and review the schedule date, right? So I'll do one on the 3rd, one on the 10th, one on the 17th, one on the 21st, and one on the 31st. So in just a few minutes, I can create a month, 2 months, 3 months worth of these question and answers and have them drip out for me from there. Once they get posted, you'll see here, was this created by auto? Was this created by a user? If it's created by auto, you just hit view. It'll take you to the profile where you'll be able to see that the owner asked the question and the owner replied to the answer as well. Okay, and that's just what I'm describing here. Bulk, question and answer, schedule, date, approve, and you're good to go. The next thing is going to be the local, the GBP review sections. So what we recommend doing here is actually a couple things. So one is click on reviews and see if there are any unanswered reviews. If there are unanswered reviews, either reply to them manually or hit the AI to reply to them. If there are reviews that were created by AI but not published, go to answer, status equals pending review. And then you'll see that there are these reviews that came in, that auto came up with a reply, but we put it as pending review because the team needs to approve it before it goes live. Once you're caught up on all of your reviews, set up your conditional responder. So what this is doing is it's saying anytime a new review comes in, if it's 5 stars, 4, 3, 2, or 1, take the following action. So for example, if a 5-star review comes in, we can say automatically create and post a reply with AI, or automatically create a reply with AI, but put it in my approval queue for my team to review it before hitting publish. And you can also set this up to use a static template, so it can always reply with the same message, or you can have it do nothing because maybe you're doing this manually or offline. If you set it up to have approval or AI, then you can hit view example, and it's going to use these parameters here, right? What is the tone of voice? What is the length? What is the language? And what is the business we're writing for? In this example, the settings are applied for professional and medium. And if you read this and you're like, it's a little too stiff, it's a little too, professional, then all you have to do is adjust your settings and go casual and short. These are the recommended settings I use. And then you generate a new example. It'll give you a sample review and a sample response. This sample response is more direct, it's more human, and it's more natural, which is why I recommend using casual and short. And just setting this up for all of the sections on the tool. And again, if you want to use a static template or if you want the tool to do nothing, just set that up here. Well, so that's what we're showing you here. Okay, and then the citations, this process is very straightforward. You just have to follow the steps. You come in here, you go to citation submissions, you hit create, review the business, select all the ones you want to use. If you're on a lower budget and you only have to pick one, my recommendation would be to use Foursquare. It's going to give you the most reach. If the budget's there, then select all. This is a one-time fee of $100. It's not a monthly recurring charge. This is going to pull from your Hyperdrive credits that reset every month. And then just follow the steps and go through location, media, contact info, about, social profiles, and hit submit. You have to be very careful before you submit those orders because that is the information that's going to be used on the citations. So make sure you handle that very carefully before you submit it. Now, one thing I want to mention is the My Task sections in Auto. So all of the items that require approval, reviews, post, question and answers, if you set approval on any of those, all of those are going to go to the My Task sections. So when you're logging in, instead of going section by section by section, just click My Tasks, and it'll show you a list of items that are pending review. So for example, here we'll click Review. We'll say, okay, this review came in, it was 3 stars, it was posted on November 29th, a super long form review. And then here's what the AI came up with. If we don't agree with that response, we can generate another reply, or we can hit the edit button and tweak it to what we want the reply to say. And then we'll hit approve reply or delete reply, right? So this section here is where all of your tasks get populated for you, the user, to say approve or delete or edit before posting, right? So this is like your QA layer to make sure that everything is being set up correctly before getting posted to the GBP.